New Star Wars figures from Hasbro, the Marvel Legends Haslab Ghost Rider campaign fails to be funded, and Mattel throws in the King Grayskull figure for all on their new Eternia playset. All that and more in today's video, so let's jump right into it. Everybody, JC here, and welcome to a Wednesday edition of TNInews. And as always, we've got a lot to cover today, and let's start off with news on the Marvel front. So first of all, this week, Hot Toys released this teaser image for a new Groot figure. This is specifically based on the Disney Plus I Am Groot series, so no other details other than this one image at this time. But when those become available, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And then moving on to the Marvel Legend front. So first of all, yesterday, a couple of new Marvel Legend figures went up for pre-order. So first of all, that Amazon exclusive Disney Plus Killmonger figure that I told you about on Monday. It was announced over the weekend at the MCM convention. So that has gone up for pre-order on the Amazon website. Last time I checked, it was still available. So if this is one that you want to add to your collection, you'll want to head over there now. And then also going up for pre-order officially everywhere yesterday is that Wakanda Forever Black Panther Shuri figure. So Amazon had kind of slipped it out under the radar for some folks a week ago, but it is now available everywhere, including our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So if this is one that you want to add to your collection and you didn't grab it off of Amazon, you can now pre-order it pretty much everywhere. Hasbro's Dan Young shared this image of their upcoming Banshee figure, their new Marvel Legend Banshee figure. This image shows the alternate regular head. Previously, we had seen it with the screaming head sculpt. Now, this figure should be part of a 3-pack featuring other figures in the set. Should be Gambit and Psylocke, all wearing the yellow and blue X-Men uniforms. There will be 2 3-packs released like that. But again, this one, the 3-pack with Banshee should include Gambit and Psylocke. So, but if you want to know what the alternate head, it isn't just a screaming head that will be included with this one. We will get actually 2 head sculpts for Banshee. And then finally on the Marvel Legend front, so on Monday, the Marvel Legends Haslab Engine of Vengeance campaign for the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider and his car finally came to an end. And as most of us suspected, it did not reach its minimum 9,000 backer goal in order to move into production. The final tally was 5,060. So it did mount a little bit of a comeback on the final day. At one point, it had dropped down in the mid 4,000s. So it did mount a little bit of a comeback the last day, but not nearly enough. So this one will move into the failed category along with the Cookie Monster, the Black Series Rancor, and the Reva Lightsaber. As for whether we see the figures, any of the figures in this campaign released in some other way down the road, we'll have to wait and see. Hasbro has suggested at the earliest we might see any of these re-released in the line is, 2 years from now. So I definitely wouldn't expect anything anytime soon for any of the figures that were offered in this campaign. And possibly, we may never see these released at any point in the line. But we'll have to wait and see. But if you did back this one, obviously you will not be charged for it. And we'll have to wait until next year to see what they come up with next. Now, speaking of crowdsourcing campaigns, let's jump over to Mattel and their Masters of the Universe New Eternia playset campaign on the Mattel Creations website. So today, Mattel held a live stream for that. And during the live stream, they announced that the King Grayskull early bird figure will now be included for everyone if the campaign reaches the 10,000 backers, which is what is needed to unlock the second stretch goal for the Elder figure. So before the campaign started this afternoon, it was sitting at 8,313. It had really kind of moved to a snail's pace ever since the King Grayskull early bird figure was no longer offered, which is why I'm assuming they're now offering it. And since the live stream, as I'm filming this, the campaign is sitting at 8,327. Now, definitely there were some people who were upset who backed it in the first week that, thought that only people the first week were going to get the King Grayskull. But honestly, I feel like that's ridiculous. I mean, I will say these early bird figures, they're just a stupid idea all around. We saw the early bird figure hurt the Haslab Ghost Rider campaign. We saw, it kind of hurt this one. While it helped it get funded probably maybe a little more quickly than it would have normally, Once the early bird figure was no longer offered, this thing kind of moved into cruise control. So I think probably the only way this was going to get to 10,000 backers and unlock the second stretch goal of the Elder figure was by them going on and offering the King Grayskull as well to everybody. So if you're somebody who backed it in the first week and you're feeling kind of upset or whatever, what I would tell you to do is keep in mind that if you wanted the Elder figure, this is probably the only way that you were going to get it. So look at the Elder figure almost as your reward for having backed it early more than anything. But again, King Grayskull is definitely going to be included for everyone. That is assuming it does get to 10,000. So if it doesn't get to 10,000, you not only will not get the Elder figure, but unless you backed it in the first week, you will not get King Grayskull. But I do think with this new announcement, it's got 7 days to go before the campaign ends, and I do think it will probably get to the 10,000 backer goal. Now, other things they kind of showed off during the live stream, they showed off that the hood on the Elder figure is removable, so you can see an image of that here. They confirmed that the stretch goal figures, will be individually carded on collectible card backs, which means you can open them without damaging the card backs and reseal them if you want. I assume that includes the Moat Monster, as they've nicknamed MOTU, so I guess he will get his own card back as well. And then also there will be a mini comic included with the playset to go, like we see with all the Origin stuff. And then speaking of Masters of the Universe, Mattel also today announced that their next 2 Masters of the Universe Shogun figures will be going up on the Mattel Creations website starting on November 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So they had already done Skeletor in this Shogun line. These figures stand around 2 feet tall, according to Mattel. And the next 2 figures that they're going to be offering are He-Man and Fakar. So again, those will go up on the Mattel Creations website starting on November 4th. And the cost for those will be $300 each. For you Willow fans, the second wave of reaction figures from Super 7 have gone up for purchase on the Shop Disney website. So they showed these off a few weeks ago at the D23 convention. So I told you about them during that event. Now the first wave was only Willow, and that was only offered at the D23 event and physical Shop Disney stores. As of this time, that figure, the first figure, the one figure in Wave 1, has not been made available online. I don't know if it will at some point, but again, Wave 2 is now available on the Shop Disney website. Also today, Super 7 released this teaser image for what appears to be another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure, possibly either for Reaction or Ultimates. It's not entirely clear. But based on the image, it looks like we're going to be getting some version of Duncan Donatello. So, Playmates back in the day did the Turtles in their sports attire. So it looks like Super 7 is going to be following suit. I'm guessing this is an Ultimate figure, but I won't say that for sure. And when more details become available, I'll be sure to let you guys know. NECA on Monday, for their final night of 31 Nights of Horror reveals, showed off this image for what appears to be a black and white version of Dracula. So no other details other than this one image. But again, when more details become available, I'll be sure to let you guys know. For you WWE wrestling fans, we've got a new wave of Elite Collection figures from Mattel. This is Wave 99. So this wave went up for pre-order this week at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. This wave is going to include Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, Brock Lesnar, Happy Corbin, Queen Zelina, and the Boogeyman. So again, this wave is available for pre-order now. We only have digital runners right now for some of the figures, but if you want to go on and secure these, again, they are available at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. And then finally on the Star Wars front, 2 new Star Wars figures went up for pre-order today. Now, all the figures I talked about on Monday that were shown off this past weekend at the MCM convention, those all went up for pre-order yesterday. Also going up for pre-order yesterday were those holiday themed figures for Star Wars. But then today, 2 more figures went up for pre-order, and these are available at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So for Black Series, we've got a new Andor figure, the character Vel Sartha, I think is how you say her last name. And then for Vintage Collection, once again from the Andor series, is Andor in an Imperial disguise. So Both of these figures, as I said, are available for pre-order now. And then also going up for pre-order today on the Pulse website is that Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Admiral Akbar figure. And that is part of the Black Series line. Okay, so that's it for today. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about down in the comments section below. Like this video if you're so inclined, and please think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. You should also hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great!